We have a dash game. So dash is not that fast. It's sort of fast, but not really. I don't feel the need to play any of the other stuff into her particularly. You could get away with putting energy pots in honesty, because you can just block, but I don't think I need to. I've never felt the need before. Ooh, that's some spicy first turn. Have you brought a B3? You have. Okay, we can get stuff done with this though. We are most certainly doing that. I'd love to arsenal more stuff, but like in for 6 is just going to be the best turn 1 move. That's a surprising low amount of AB. I was thinking they'd do with a full 3, and I feel like they should have done. Okay, this is basically perfect. I can. I'm probably going to block nothing, honestly, on this turn. I've got 4, and it will cost 4 to Surgeon Eternal Snapback, and that is perfectly good by me. There's a temptation not to snap back, so I can arsenal it, but it's not efficient. T-Bone's such a weird card in terms of the force block and the fact that you can put any crap into it. They're going to hit me relatively hard this turn, I suspect, but don't care. Doesn't really matter where I use the Storm Wall, and there's not all that many +1 effects, so I'm just going to use it early for the sake of getting that 2 block out of it. There's next to nothing I need to full block that it will matter on. And they didn't close the chain, so I'm actually blocking 3, so we'll call that good. They've come in with a good turn, a very good turn. So the only difficulty here is that they did have Arcane Barrier, but they've used the head up already, which feels like a very bad choice, because I can now do what I want. Get that double pitch in immediately, just so I can keep my options open. Yeah. They had a big damage turn, but I also get the big damage. Yeah, we're definitely going to go for the snapback on this turn just because we have the resource for it. It makes sense to me. There's a temptation to keep it to make sure we get to use the tree next turn, but the deck is arcane heavy enough that I shouldn't whiff very often. It's not going to be a good one, but we've got a destructive E for tide, that'll do. So, you know, we can use a yellow into it or something. Fruit into destructive is acceptable, and I'll still be able to block 6. A lot of boom grenades. Do I in any way think I can stop them this turn? No. So we'll just do efficient blocks. Take all the boom grenades. Is it 5 coming in? Yeah. It is what it is. Nice big hits from them. Very much hoping they're arseling that, but they have 2 floating, so I don't think they are. Yeah, not going to get any free destructivity for tide destruction, which is sad. Yeah, just take the free. This is closer than I'd want it to be, but you know, they are pretty low now. This is interesting. So they've now got no AB, which is interesting. I basically just have to survive, and I will, you know, I can win off the Internal Inferno into a Storm Strikers in their turn, probably. But pretty sure I'm fine. I don't think they've got the juice to actually get this off. I've not used any hand yet, and I'm still on a healthy 9, so we'll see. You know, maybe they have the gas for this, but I don't think they do. I'm going to play one of you out now because I think it leaves me on 1, but I don't want anything that I can't read on Talishar to go off. Yeah. So this is the interesting thing, right? So we do often get to see this. The only reason I run Internal Inferno over the cheaper common ones is what I'm about to do, which is this should just be lethal. I think, oh shit, no, I've messed that up. That's not how it works. Let me just... yeah, sorry on that. Yeah, that's not what I was thinking. It needs to do more than 4. That's how it could work. I'm not thinking that through properly. If I had a +1, I could have done it, but I didn't. But yeah, that's how you can possibly get lethal out of it, by double playing it. As it stands, that wasn't the play. So, ignore me bumbling that. They now didn't their turn. There we go. Yeah. What I was trying to demonstrate on that turn that I had to undo to get the Strider's thing off again is if you can throw it for 5 damage at people who are nearly dead, you get to immediately boost it back in, which can be a strong play. I was excited because I thought I was going to get to demonstrate it, and then I'd forgotten how the game works. If I'd had a yellow or a blue in my hand, I would have been able to demonstrate it because I'd have been able to do it at the +1 it needed. But there's 2 copies in the deck, and they are not played for their ability. They are played because they are a 1 for 4. If they ever print me a better 1 for 4, I will run it. They might get cut at the point where I own some Command and Conquers, which is it's just like a mid-term goal for the deck, basically. Very much hoping the reprints bring the price down and I can try and pick some up, because I refuse to pay £75 each for them, which is the current going rate. But as a mid-range deck, Command and Conquer is just phenomenally good. And as I say, it'll probably go in instead of the Eternal Ether, is it called? I can't remember what it's even called. I don't learn a lot of the card names. Eternal Inferno, that's the one. It's not got Ether in the name. That's confusing for a wizard card. But as I say, I am running 2 of these because I wanted slightly more offense than the deck had, and it's just another little card for use with Tree, but also to kind of do those really nice break points. 4 damage is very, very handy. As I say, it's not good. I think it's slightly better than the 2 common ones. I cannot remember the name, but the Go Again one is trash because your opponent controls if you get the Go Again or not. So they can ignore it if you have no hand, and if you do have 2 cards in hand, they can prevent 1 and you don't get the Go Again and you've just wasted all those cards. Very, very poor ability, and the other one can be binned to amp 1. And that's reasonable. I think that could have as much merit as Eternal Inferno to some degree if your hand is clogged. But you rarely have spare cards. If I have a spare Eternal Inferno in hand, it gets used to block. It doesn't. I don't want to use it to amp 1. That's a bad use for it. Which is the only reason I use 2 of them, as I say. And, will require testing, but I suspect it's what will be getting cut when Command and Conquer finally makes it into this deck. Yeah, the only reason I've not been playing CNCs is because I don't own them in real life, and I don't see the point of testing the deck with things that I don't have, because I'm learning patterns and rhythms that I can't replicate in the real world where the game actually matters for something, because it'll be a tournament. Yeah, I think that wraps Random Eternal Inferno and Command and Conquer discussion up. Yeah. See you in the next video.